Welcome back again. Let's see. Oh yes. You are here, John Lacey. Okay, it's time to give you what you want. Problem is, will you be in a good mood then? Afterwards, like the next time. Let's see. I'm pretty sure he will leave after this, so I don't know what to do. Also, still one action. Come on. No, he's leaving. So, what are we supposed to do? Do I just have to wait for him next time and then he will be in a good mood, or what? Well, let's listen in here. Clara and Maria sit opposite one another, the two of them chatting politely over drinks. You didn't realize they were close. Yes, I did. It's been a few months since Alina passed, right? I guess you don't want to talk about it. But also maybe you do, and I'm acting like it didn't happen. What am I trying to say, damn? Maybe I'm saying I'm a good listener? It's okay, Clara. I'm doing better. Now let's go back to how you lost last time. Queen's Gambit? Right. I was being too aggressive again. I know. But you really don't give me much of a chance. I've never been able to go easy on anyone. And your positional play wasn't all bad. I was probably worse when I started. You started when you were what? 10? Got beaten by a 10-year-old this year. Not normally a sore loser, but he was so smug too. Can I confess something? I felt like stealing his pocket money and telling him he was adopted. What? Maria, do you still bring a chessboard everywhere? Small one, yes. I read a lot of theory books. When I'm out and without a board, I struggle to remember any of it. It's building muscle memory, like in combat. Don't really know how to block a punch till you've done it a few times. Sure. You want to play a game? I still remember some of the stuff you taught me. As long as you learn a proper opening. I can do that, I think. You think? Alright. All of these people... I don't need you. I only need John. Well, evening, Clara. Let's see. Let's give you your favorite. And then... I'm not sure if I have anything to ask. But we'll see. There you go. I don't think you know anything about Carla. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about the identity? So the guy that killed Peter is dead? Good riddance. That's what he gets for trying it on with a guy like Björn. Nope. Do you know anything about Carla, maybe? Huh? Sorry, Bucky, I wouldn't know the first thing about that. Come on, that's super news. Scotian Mule? No, of course not. Okay, I think the only thing we can do is... hope John comes in a good mood next time. But until then, just get a little bit of affection from everyone. Get them to talk. Do you know anything about the Scotian Mule? Okay. Do you know anything about Carla? You shouldn't tell people about this. Yeah, well, I mean... Alright, sit down. What about you? Feng Bai. She would know a little bit, I think. Maybe. And she looks like she knows stuff, right? With her background. So she would know Carla. So Pedro was another corrupt official, dealing with mobsters under the table. Or perhaps he simply became one. I suppose what they say is true. Money often unmakes the men who make it. That's it? Do I want to ask about Carla's dad? I don't think Feng Bai will talk, so... Let's just give her the idea. She can't have... What the... She's not surprised at all. She has no reaction. Alright, alright. I guess... That's it. Alright. Sooner we end the day. Oh wait. Maybe there's still some stuff I can connect? Nah, I don't think so. Beaten up to death on Friday, 11 p.m. There's no alibi. The third party was Carla, and Carla's dead. Peter seems to know more about her killer, but is unwilling to tell me. I'll have to piece it together myself. The killers seem to be... If it's the same one that killed Carla, then he has to be in those circles. Huh. Alright. I think we just have to wait for John Lacey. But then, the only thing we can confirm with John Lacey is that it's not Björn. But we still don't have any clue about who the real killer is. Peter's there. Shit, John Lacey's not there. Hello, Vincent. You have any news? Oh wait, actually, you don't need a drink. Because we are already at full affection. And I don't really have any questions to ask. Alright. Is there anything more I have to talk to them about? Oh god, we don't have any more time. What's going on? Let's see. So we don't have to get the real killer? We only have to defend Björn? How? No, no, no. We should... Well, I mean, we know the real killer. The real killer is dead, but... You know? I've told you all I know. Don't worry. Well... It's time to worry. We have 1 week left. Sit down. We just have to wait for Lacey. Johnny John. But we can get you your drinks. Anything more I can ask him? Setup? That's what you told me, right? What did your... Yeah, he told me all about that stuff. So... Do you know anything about Carla? No, he doesn't know anything about Carla. Well, I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask. I'm afraid I don't know who this Carla is. She was beaten to death too. Yes, could it be related to Petra's death? It's possible. I mean, I hope there can't be two folks murdering their way through the city right now. Good point. Could be one. Maybe you know something about Carla? Carla has been murdered? Goodness, is there no end to this violence? You knew Carla? Well, I knew of her. She's new in finance, but making some big moves already. Oh, she was. Lending, borrowing, investing. She preyed on vulnerable people. The ones that fall between the cracks of our system. People like me. I'm sorry, Bartender. I hope whoever dealt with Carla won't take over her books. May your debt be buried with her. I'll drink to that. Peter? You need a drink? Of course you do. Can he tell us more? I don't think so. Yeah, no. Alright. We have nothing new. Should I tell him about Carla? Oh, I don't know. Well, I mean, won't really have any consequences, will it? Goodness, yet another murder! And why does that name ring a bell? I owed her a debt. Oh, of course. In that case, are you sure Wagner isn't the one responsible? That hound was always breathing down your neck, wasn't he? Chasing debt for Carla, you can't trust him. Well, he isn't a killer. Ha! Well, if his boss has perished, maybe he will no longer loiter here, making the place look untidy with his presence. I'm glad to be rid of him. He is. I don't need to tell him that one. Alright, sit down. I don't really want to tell Hugo about Carla's death. I mean... I think that's confidential. Alright, we really have to wait for John. John. I hope I'm not missing anything. As always, like the last two cases, I always missed one connection. Even though the true culprit was already known. The killer was the name blah blah blah. He should be able to help us identify him. Yeah, that's the thing. Else was at this party and could confirm Luca's story. No one, because it was a false alibi. And this one is everything. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. If not, I mean, I have some save files, right? So... He's here. Oh yeah. There you are. In a good mood. about the confessor's voice. What do you want from me? You think you can remember the voice of the person who confessed? Indulging Father Lacy with his favorite drink seemed to have had an effect. He's still shaken, but willing to talk. Yes! To my eternal despair, the memories burned into my mind. Why do you ask? Could you verify if the current suspect matches the voice you heard? You want me to meet a potential murder face to face? Will my misfortune never end? How much more must I suffer before the goddess grows bored of my despair? We think Björn is innocent. We all think our loved ones are incapable of sin, but trust me, evil exists on a spectrum. None of us are free of it, and all of us are capable of great evil. For example, right now, I would commit atrocities to escape this conversation. John is not as nervous, but will need verbal encouragement and convincing to see Björn. You should have a proper heart-to-heart with him. Oh god. Wait. I think you need a drink first. I hope that puts you still in a good mood, but we need some action points. Alright. I think you should meet Björn. And what good would come of that? Must the goddess force me to relive my most traumatizing moments? I already broke my oath of secrecy. Why would I let this dangerous man know that? Would you consider it a fitting punishment? You can atone for that by helping me. Punishment or helping? Helping. Perhaps. I broke my oath for a higher purpose. So I'll really be forced into impossible choices at every turn, then punished no matter what I choose. Do I even have a choice now? You can't blame me for fearing for my life after what I went through. It's natural to fear death, even with the promise of the eternal embrace of the goddess. As flawed humans, it is in our nature. I don't want to die just yet. We'll die eventually. What matters is how we live. Björn would never kill you. Shit. Easy enough to say when you were not present in that confession booth. You put great faith in my safety with little evidence. I thought I was the faithful one. Fine, I have given up, okay? The goddess tested me by taking my father, and it's only been downhill from there. It was fairly downhill before that too, I suppose. So just leave me be with your misguided notions. I've had enough. The goddess hasn't given up on you. Shit. Oh, of course, you are the goddess. Must be, to be sure of her wisdom. So good to meet you, goddess. How is the afterlife? Tell me, are there trees, cake, angels with harps? Perhaps I was presumptuous. I can tell you invested in trying to convince me, but frankly, you failed. Just let me drink in peace. Father Lacy seems hesitant, but saying the right things might just convince him. Okay. Again. We all die eventually, what matters is how we live. Oh, that is true. The mother died as a human, but the life she lived beforehand was full of care and love for mankind. It is why we remember her to this day. Fine. Wait, this is the same... Yeah, this is the same dialogue, and then your community hasn't given up on you. Perhaps. I presume you speak of Miss Bai, yes? And possibly Miss Carmine as well. Misguided in their faith as they may be at times. Deep down, I can sense some form of concern for me. Perhaps I've addled my brain with alcohol for too long, and I can no longer see reason. I must remember my duty is not just to listen to my flock, but lend them my voice as well. You know, if it weren't for operating an illegal speakeasy, would make a fine priest. Perhaps. After I've failed a few times, yes. Perhaps. Very well. I will speak with this Björn and listen to his voice. If he truly isn't a killer, I will even testify in court if needed. My thanks, Father Lacy. Perfect. So, we have something, right? What am I supposed to do now? Do you know anything about Carla? I don't know anything about that. Okay. And he's leaving. So what am I supposed to do? Like, is he going to listen? What the heck? So I had a talk and I can't do anything here. Do I have to wait for the next day? Well then, hello Elia. We still haven't found your favorite drink, right? Yeah. I need a sweet one. Sweet, sweet, sweet. I thought. But then she was... No, she was the one who was talking about chocolate. Okay. I want to give her an ambush. Because of the coconut cream. And it's not as strong, so maybe she likes that one. I don't really care. She's always in a good mood, so that's okay. Ah, it is fascinating to partake in the rituals of alcohol. It is the finest drink I ever tasted. Oh, it is. Well, one of the only drinks, but still. Alright. Do you know anything about Carla? No information. Okay. About Carla's demise? As matters go, beating someone to death is hardly the modus operandi of a slick, well-trained professional killer. Peculiar that it's happened twice now. Okay. Sit down. So even if I talk about Carla's death, no one knows. Well, good to know. Did I talk to her about Carla? Well, she won't know anyway. Bai didn't know, Vincent didn't know. Well, I could ask about Carla's demise. Nope. And Vincent? Okay, nothing. Bai. Your favorite? I have nothing to talk to you about. Well, perhaps the first one. I read about this in the papers and heard about it on the radio. People even whispered about it in a church. A politician dying in such a brutal fashion has everyone worried. Do you believe that Björn did it? Oh, of course not. You shouldn't lend credence to that sort of nonsense, dear. A foreign laborer is an easy scapegoat. It's as simple as that. Yeah, we know. Alright. Hello, Peter. And affection rank up. Or almost. Well, these last few days weren't that busy. Oh no. I didn't want to talk to you. Oof. That was my mistake. Just sit down. I think. Yeah, there's nothing I can talk to. I thought I could talk to him about... Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, oh. I didn't want to present. We just have to wait for... John? Let me just save, just in case. Because that would be annoying if I still have to ask questions. Or if I have to do something. Oh, wait. It's happening. After everyone else has gone home, Father Lacey takes a seat in front of you. He looks equal parts nervous and determined. I am ready. Where is the Björn you want me to meet? He should be here soon. Just as you finish pouring Lacey a drink, the bell rings and the sound of Björn's heavy footstep echoed through the room. John swallows, trying to steady his breath. The huge figure sits down next to John, dwarfing him. He looks quizzically at the priest, then turns his attention to you. Hey there, Paul. Why did you call me over? I wanted you to meet John. John avoids eye contact, but you can see his shoulders relax as soon as he hears Björn speak. His fear dissipates, and in its place, relief and sympathy. I heard you were going through some troubled times, so our mutual friend here believes a talk with a priest might help ease your mind a bit. I trust you're familiar with confessions? While it's unusual to have a third party present, rest assured that nothing you say will be disclosed outside the circle of those present here. Can't say I've ever done this confession thing before. It's not something we have in Scotia, but I get the gist of it. All I do is talk? Correct. Speak to your heart's content about actions you've taken that you regret, and I will listen. Alright then, goodness, this is all a bit sudden. John winces as Björn takes the name in vain, then settles again. Björn lets out a deep sigh and begins to speak. I did a terrible thing, not because I wanted to, but because I felt trapped and desperate. I told Lucas already, and he said I should keep quiet. But it's been bothering me, you know. We already know. Still, recent actions don't bother me nearly as much as the other thing I did. I didn't mean to. Björn's breathing becomes ragged. Whatever he's trying to say causes a lot of stress. For a moment it looks like he's about to force himself to speak, but Father Lacey puts a hand on his shoulder. Let your heart be at peace, Björn. Being forced to kill in self-defense is not a sin, and the goddess doesn't judge you. You have been through pain, and she's with you to help you heal, not to cast blame. How does he know? Did we tell him? I'm not sure about the meaning of any of this, but I do feel better after you said it. This goddess sounds like a kind of old lust. She is. She's made sure that those who have found her can reach out to those who haven't. Today, that would be me, I suppose. That's mighty kind of you. I wasn't sure what to expect when my Paul here called me over, but I'm glad I accepted the invitation. If you'll excuse me, I need to go home and lie down a bit. Sorry about wasting the drink. I'm afraid I've lost the taste for it. Björn gets up and gives a courteous nod towards Father Lacey, who gently smiles back. Then he heads out to the door, leaving you alone with John. Shame about the drink, for it seems I have lost my thirst as well. What? Still, what matters the most here is that I can confirm the person who confessed to murdering an innocent man was not Björn. I couldn't detect the Scotian accent during the confession, and there was no glee in his voice when he spoke of his sin. You believe he is innocent then? That remains to be seen. While it's true he has shown remorse, this intense reaction usually only happens when the confession is about something deeply disturbing. Why didn't you let him finish? Despite what I said, this wasn't a true confession. It's clear he hasn't accepted what has happened, and we are in a speakeasy. Confession should be done in a church, after you've had time to think about your actions. Should you wish to experience a true confession, let him know he's more than welcome in my church. I will open the booth again on Fridays. I do that. As for his trial, you can count on me to provide some semblance of defense, provided that whoever told you about the whistling also appears. That shouldn't be a problem. Wonderful. Now then, it is late and I have to go home. May the goddess be with you. John gets up, adjusts his cleric collar, and gives you a brief smile. As he exits the speakeasy, you can't help but grin at the unfinished drink sitting on the counter. Oh no. He's not going to die, is he? Oh god. Let's see. We got this one, and then we have to tell Clara, and then everything should be good. But we're going to do that next time, and we'll see what happened to John Lacey. Or if something happened. Bye bye!